Hi everyone, it's Catherine Langman here from Productpreneur Success HQ. Here at Productpreneur Success, our business is really all about trying to give brands a leg up in the market, give you guys an advantage in the market. So everything that we do here is all about that. It's all about product-based businesses, marketing and growing and scaling up your sales operations and all of that good stuff. But what happens when you're making some marketing mistakes in your business? And, I do see a lot of this. A lot of people are coming to me for help and they're not entirely sure what is going on, what's going wrong, what's holding back their growth. A lot of people do feel like they've tried everything already and, just not really sure why things aren't clicking and really, getting the traction that they want and the growth that they want. So oftentimes, I'm able to kind of pinpoint something that's going on, whether it's a marketing mistake or something else. And I guess today I just thought, let's talk about some of the big marketing mistakes that I see all the time. Because if you can avoid these, then it's going to be a good thing, right? Now, when I sat down to write a blog about this topic and to think about doing this Facebook Live, I really kind of thought back to my early days in business. So my first business that I started was back in 2007, I believe, and, we were selling primarily online. We were selling wholesale as well, but primarily online on our own website. And, when I think back to that first website that we created and I designed it myself, and it's pretty embarrassing, really. And, but I thought it was pretty shit hot at the time and I was really proud of it, of course. And I feel sure that I approached that first business with the utmost confidence that it was going to, we were going to launch it. It's going to be awesome. People were going to buy like the, hand over fist. It was going to be like a Boxing Day sale or a shoe sale, and everyone would just flock to our website and buy our stuff like crazy. And I would be rolling in it. That was my plan, which is hilarious when you think about it, because running an e-commerce website or running a product-based business in general, it needs a lot of work, right? So how do we get from there? And of course I did get past that and, managed to figure out that running your own small business is quite different than working in corporate, where you've got departments to do all this other stuff for you and you have to do it all yourself when you're out on your own. However, a recent statistic that I just read, which is incredible, is, and this was by a big research company, Statistica, indicates that e-commerce sales globally are going to reach over $4,000 billion in just 2 years' time by 2020, which, that's incredible, right? And I'm sure that, all of you guys who are running e-commerce websites, whether you're a retailer or you're selling direct, brands direct to your consumers, you want to be one of those money-making machine websites, right? So you really want to avoid making one of these 5 big marketing mistakes. Now, if you're joining me live with this video, say g'day and definitely pop your comments below and let me know if you're guilty of one of these mistakes, or perhaps you didn't realize this was something that you were doing, or if it gives you some ideas of maybe something you might be able to do differently in the future. So the first really big marketing mistake that I see all the time is not knowing your ideal customer, or not knowing how your ideal customer buys. And this is definitely a common mistake that I see, particularly with startup online stores, and that, not knowing who your audience is. And the problem these days, so in the past, say 10, 15 years ago, you could start an e-commerce website and be really broad. You could sell stuff to a really broad audience. But now, in order to really get cut through and to build a brand that people connect with and seek out, we need to niche down. You know, we need to get a lot more specific about who we serve, and what our positioning is in comparison to all the other people who also sell similar products. And we need to really get clear on how those customers are going to buy, and which I like to call the buyer journey. So let's give you a quick example here. Let's say you sell kids clothing. Are you selling just kids clothing? Is that what you do? Or are you selling funky, hard-wearing threads for the outdoor, adventure-loving little superhero? And so if you think about, who is your specific audience and what do they do? What do they love? Why are they choosing to buy your products? What kind of marketing message is going to appeal to that exact customer? And what is the ultimate benefit that they are buying when they buy your product? So by benefit, we want to think about what your product enables them to do or to achieve or to have. Obviously, I don't mean have your product, I mean the outcome that they want to have. So a great analogy there that I always use is people buy a good night's sleep, they don't buy a mattress. So we really need to think about the marketing messaging, how we're going to connect with our exact customer, and what is that outcome or the benefit that they are really buying when they buy your product. So the second mistake that I see all the time is messing up your email marketing. And if you're a client of mine and you are watching this video, I'm sure you probably roll your eyes a little bit at that statement, because I know I go on about email marketing a lot. But do you know what? If I had $1 for every time a business owner told me I don't want to email my list too often because I don't want to annoy them, I think I'd probably be quite wealthy right now. And to me, I feel like that's their kind of business owner or small business owner language for, I only send newsletters every now and again when I remember and when I have the time. So to me, that's an A+ excuse for not consistently marketing to your audience, okay? So here's what you really should be doing with your email marketing. You need to automate your customer conversions, okay? So don't just rely on email newsletters. That's a very broadcasting style of messaging, and it's not really ideal for converting first-time customers. So you want to use email automation, and it's so easy to do now. The likes of MailChimp and Klaviyo and ActiveCampaign, all those great and cost-effective email marketing tools make it really easy for us to automate some of our email marketing. So basically, and you can go and check out my blog for loads and loads of information about marketing automation or email automation. But the second thing that we need to do is to send our newsletters frequently and consistently. So, and I can tell you now that the clients of mine who are committed to growing their email list and to emailing their list weekly with new products or promotions are the ones that are making the money, okay? So those who are only sending the occasional newsletter on an inconsistent basis are not making the money. So it's frequency and consistency here. And I know you might feel like, oh, I get loads of email newsletters in my inbox and it's just really annoying and blah, blah, blah. I can tell you now, emails convert consistently, and so you should still do it, okay, as a business owner. The next thing you should be doing with your email marketing is to use it to reclaim your abandoned carts. Shopping cart abandonment is a really big issue with e-commerce websites. Up to 70 people, or up to 70% of your website browsers can add a product to their cart and then leave before they finish purchasing. And they're your warmest leads, right? So use email to follow up with those people who have abandoned their cart. Again, you can easily do this in MailChimp. It's not a difficult thing at all. And then the last comment that I'll make about email marketing is don't be a spammy douche, okay? So basically, I want you to email your list the way that you would email your friends. And no, that doesn't mean being overly familiar or casual, but certainly it does mean remembering your manners. It means, being, Don't be kind of that like overly promotional, salesy, slimy kind of email marketer, all right? So you want to share news about cool stuff, cool new stuff. You want to reward your loyal customers with great promotions. You do want to do that kind of stuff. Don't discounts constantly, you know, don't fall into that trap of only sending email or always sending emails with massive discounts, because that's the fastest way to burn your list and you'll have really high unsubscribe rates. And don't use, like I said, don't use really salesy or highly promotional language, you know, lots of discounts, free, % off, exclamation marks, capitals everywhere. Don't do all of that kind of stuff, all right? Definitely test your emails on mobile. Always read them on mobile before you send them out. Does it? Because majority of your list are going to be reading them on their mobiles. And definitely make sure that the content is just suitable for your audience. So always thinking about the end consumer there. Now, the next mistake that I see happen a fair bit is people who are ignoring their existing customers, in pursuit always of new customers and trying to elicit a first sale from a new customer all of the time. Obviously, we still need to be pursuing new customers and growing the number of people that are buying from us, but not at the expense of thinking about and taking care of our existing customers. And the reason for that is that the first sale to a new customer is rarely profitable, okay? It's, by the time you take into account all of the time that you spend, drumming up new customers, the advertising costs that you spend, any discounts that you use to convert a first sale, or any, paying for sales staff, depending on what your business model is, it's not going to be that hopefully it's not going to be a loss-making exercise to win a new customer, but it's not going to be that profitable either. And so to really make good money in e-commerce or with selling products, physical products, you really need to retain your customers over a period of time and to get them purchasing from you again and again. So if you can take a new customer and get them to buy a second time, then they are a lot more likely to come back again and repeat purchase in the future as well. And they're also a lot more likely to refer you to their family and friends, which is fantastic. But in terms of trying to get that second sale out of a new customer, I again like to use email automation for that purpose by sending a post-purchase email sequence out after the customer has bought their first thing from you. And to try and automate that second sale. And once that's happened, your email newsletters should take care of the future repeat purchases, right? Now, the fourth issue or mistake that I see all the time, like unbelievably all the time, is bad website design. So let me ask you, how well does your e-commerce website convert? So your conversion rate is, what is the percentage of visitors who actually make a purchase on your website? You should be able to find that information from Google Analytics if you've got that hooked up, or if you're on a platform like Shopify or similar, most likely you'll have that information in your analytics dashboard on that platform. And the average e-commerce conversion rate globally is only 2%. It's not very big. And you might think that should be easy because it's not very big. But I will tell you, I see all the time really low conversion rates, much less than that. And a lot of that is down to bad website design. Part of it can also be other reasons like not having enough traffic visiting the website and stuff like that. But that's stuff that you can fix more easily. But if you've got a really poorly designed website, then that's pretty problematic. So, and the other day I actually saw an e-commerce website that didn't even have a shop link in their menu at all. You had to scroll 3/4 of the way down a long homepage to find an image that had a shop button on it in order to get into their store. And needless to say, their conversion rate was in the toilet, but fortunately she was already aware of that and is in the process of creating a new website. So what you need to do is to make sure that your website navigation is really intuitive for your customers, okay? Get them to test it, pick a couple of people that you trust or who are happy to do this for you, who fit your ideal customer profile. Get them to go through your website, okay, and give you honest feedback. So the navigation needs to be really intuitive. The website design itself needs to be really simple, clear, and visually attractive to your audience as well. When your ideal customers land on your website, they need to very quickly understand what you sell, why they should want it, and how to buy it, okay? Get rid of all the other guff. You know, don't distract them with moving widgets or moving images with lots of unrelated text or visuals. You know, make it really clear and simple. And understand that, you know, research actually shows that if you insist on, you know, making your shop or your products too many clicks away from the homepage, right? So if somebody lands on your website and it takes them more than 3 clicks, they to get into your products, they're going to give up. So don't make it difficult for your customers to figure out what you sell, why they want it, and how to get it. Okay, make it really easy. And one way to do that is to use a premium web template or a skilled designer who works with e-commerce, who understands good user experience and you know, visual communication. Because if you're trying, you know, and I don't want to point fingers necessarily at platforms, but I will in this case. You know, Wix is a prime example. People like the idea of using a platform like that where they can drag and drop things where they want and they can design the website however they like. But the big problem with that is that you and I, you know, the average punter, we're not trained in user experience design. We're not trained in visual design or graphic design or web development or, you know, conversion optimization or any of those things. So why would we be able to do a really good job with that? So we need to pick something that's going to actually, you know, is going to be designed to actually convert for e-commerce. And, you know, hopefully this goes without saying, but test your website thoroughly on mobile. A lot of the time, you know, we're reviewing and analysing our own websites on our desktop, you know, especially as business owners. You know, of course, we're going to be sitting on our desktop doing our work on a bigger computer. We're not going to be doing it on our phone. So, but the problem is our customers are often looking at our website on their phone. So we really need to make sure that our websites are designed for mobile first and desktop second. And the very last thing that I see happen all the time, so this is the big mistake, number 5, is not measuring your results. This is the boring one, right? This is like going to, it's like, you know, going on a diet and not tracking your results, or working in the gym and not tracking down what you're doing. It's in the words of Dr. Phil, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. If you're not tracking your results, how will you know what is working and what isn't? You won't. You might instinctively have some ideas of what's working and what's not, but you won't have the cold hard facts. So don't just take a look at your results, record them, write them down. And over time, you'll be able to see the trends in your results, and that'll help you to make much smarter decisions in your marketing and in your planning, and you will enjoy much better results. And all of my clients who are seeing the results in their business, all of them are the ones who are recording, you know, they're measuring, they're reviewing their performance, and they're recording that, and they're using that to give them the insights they need to grow and improve. And I can see a couple of you clients of mine watching this live video, and so I'm sure you're probably rolling your eyes at that one, but I'll leave that with you. And let me know what you think. So what do you think about these 5 big mistakes that I see all the time in online marketing? So not measuring your results, having a bad website design, ignoring your current customers, messing up with your email marketing, or not knowing who your customer is or how they buy. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So I'm going to leave it there. Hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I will chat to you all soon. Bye for now.